Shabbat Shalom. I greet you in the name of the Most High. My name is Brother Yadan. We're going to discuss our homeland. I'll be doing a series on the curse. That'll be later first. The curse that people don't believe. And I'm going to do also what happened to people that came to this strange land. And there's a Pacific state that has been punished since you stole the multitudes of those people and the land that you hate, which is called the land of the Bantu, the Negro land. The land that was punished and is still being punished to this day because the way you brought us here. All of the hurricanes and tornadoes and everything that brings right to this area, particular area of this country, it follows the same line that those ships took when it came to a specific state, which is Louisiana, Angola. You destroyed my people in that land when you brought them here. You had plantations there in the mid 1800s, the late 1700s. You changed it and turned it into a prison in 1880. The same voyage that came here where Angola in Louisiana, that state catches hell because it's the worst maximum security prison in the world. Yes, I said world, and this is the United States. Punishing people that came from Negro land, the land that you call Bantu, that you make fun of, that you said these are savages, people that didn't wear clothes. And that's a lie. I got a whole new series of how you've treated my people and to prove that we are the chosen people, which I've done many times before. But this will be a new series. I'm starting with the United States on this one, and it's not part of my series, but I'm letting you know how facetious and how the news that I'm bringing to you will turn your stomach. It will make you feel that we need to learn our identity. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and they are still rejecting the knowledge. Angola proved to me, studying them, that state down there in Louisiana, the earliest prison they had down there with the walls, that state have taken punishment throughout time. Not just Hurricane, what was it, Katrina? Yeah. Not just that, and these others that came through the 1,000 years, 100 years. It didn't come through like it until slavery time came. There was no such land destroyed like that we know of in the history of this country until the slave trade, until you brought us here. Angola, Louisiana, sits on 8,000. It's 8,000 acres it sit on. It was a plantation that I said earlier. It turned into a state-owned prison in 1901, I believe. In 1880, it was privately owned, but the state took it in 1901 because in 1880s up until the 1900, it was such brutality in that prison that the state took it over. Now, if the state took it over, and we see the brutality there now in the 21st century, can you imagine what it's like back in the 1700s, 1800s? Oh my Lord, you said. But I said, oh my Yeshua HaMashiach. 85% of the people that go to Angola have a life sentence, will never get out. They'll die in prison. And when you have over 95% of the population being children of the slaves that came here, Angola has been active forever in that state. When that state formed, for the development of us that built that state up from where it was, it's been destroyed over and over because of what you've done to God's chosen people. In my next and upcoming series, I'm going to show you things that you've never heard anyone tell you before because you've been lied to ever since we've been here. And it don't make no difference if you contest what I have to say, people. And there are a lot of people that come and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. They don't have the evidence to support what they say. But I could tell you all the countries that were conquered by the Europeans, and I can tell you the uh, Negro land, which were the Hebrew Israelites, and we were peaceful and loving people, but being attacked by people with vicious intent. And when we came into this country, we were not savages. We came dressed in clothes because what's his name? John Rolfe wrote about it, said that these were not like the Africans in the land. These were people that stood like kings and kings and queens, and they stood with a purpose. They were completely dressed. These weren't like those other Africans. And Africans sold us to these people, but in Angola, it's a totally different story. How you built up everything in that country to be destroyed from us, to destroy us. You killed millions of our people in that land. Just that little state, Louisiana. And next door to it, states like Texas, which kept slavery a year and a half after 1865, you're going to be punished. You're going to be punished by the Most High. I just want to let you know the pattern of what's happening to these states down in the southern parts of the country, in the Midwest, and all these other areas that the catastrophes are happening, and not just from tornadoes and hurricanes. I mean, we don't have tsunamis or anything like in the other lands in the Orient or any countries like that, but we are reaping havoc, perilous times in this nation. You reap what you sow. The rooster came home. The chicken came home to roost, matter of fact. It's coming back to you. Louisiana plantation, the oldest plantation in that time was a plantation called Walls in Louisiana. Um, it's on 18 acres, and it has 8,000 acres, I mean, and it has over 1,800 staff members there. You do your job well. You make a lot of money off my people. They're still doing things like field hands used to do, but you're still training them to do jobs out here, that you have a business, that you're making contracts and deals with these people, making a lot of money off of them. They're being abused in that land that you called Angola, in that land that you call Negro land, that land that you call the Bantu land, the land that was civilized land. The reason why you captured us so easily was because we were not volatile people. We were the chosen people to teach you how to be civilized. And our people, no, they didn't sell us out. It was the Africans that sold us out. When they came into this country, they never respected us. They weren't slaves. Maybe out of the billions and billions you bought here, maybe some of their criminals may have got caught up into the slave trade with the Hebrew Israelites. And Africans don't like us anyway. I know that. Not every one of them, but I know that. Just like every white person, I know that. Not all white people, they hate us. But I know in Angola, Louisiana, you look at their history, look at what's happened to them over the last 100, 200, 300 years. Go back in history and look at the catastrophic things that have happened in that state. Angola, Louisiana. Next series coming will be proving to you that we are God's chosen people, and that we were brought into a strange land. It'll be a long series, but very short, because people don't like to look at 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-minute videos. So this right here has gone farther than what I thought it was, but I thought Angola was so interesting. I should tell you people about it, because Angola is getting its ass whipped down there because of what they've done to our people. You keep us so-called ignorant and unlearned, and you keep us where we can't really understand the system that we're living in. You complicate it so much that we keep trying to adjust, and you keep changing the rules as we adjust. But my people, redemption is coming. We are the tails right now, but we will be the heads one day. They don't even mention us when they talk about people, when they talk about races, distinction of who are people of religions or anything. You just took us and wiped us out, and he said we will be here forever and forever and ever. He said, I will never forsake you. And I believe that. You all keep believing that these people just take your identity and just tell you who you are. And we accept it. And then we teach our children the same thing. I'm upset about this right now. We continue to go with that. When you talk about things that are true, people get offended. They get upset. They say, you shouldn't go over there teaching these children these things. I'm going to leave for now, but I said I'm going to keep it at 8 minutes. I'm almost at 10 minutes. So Angola, Louisiana, do a study, do research on it. See how vicious these people were that brought us here and the things they did to us. Your name, Father, and your Son, which is Yeshua, and Hamashiach, and Rahashkits, Shabbat Shalom.